Now, just to continue on, let's look at another example application here. So we have our web browser, we have this demo controller, and then we have a coach. So in our web browser, we'll go to this endpoint /daily workout. Our demo controller will communicate with the coach. It says, hey, get daily workout by calling that method. That method is going to return a string, practice fast bowling for 15 minutes, and then we'll simply return that to the browser. So that's kind of the big picture here, of this example that we want to put together. Now, here's the development process using constructor injection. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll define the dependency interface in class, then we'll create our demo REST controller, and then we'll create a constructor in our class for injections, and then finally we'll add a get mapping for the /daily workout endpoint. Alrighty, starting with step 1 here of defining the dependency interface in class. So we'll have this interface called coach. It has a method get daily workout. And then we'll have a Cricut coach that implements coach, and it has this method, get daily workout, practice fast bowling for 15 minutes. Now notice here that this class has the component annotation. So this marks the class as a Spring Bean and makes it a candidate for dependency injection. Now a bit more here on the component annotation. Marks the class as a Spring Bean. So a Spring Bean is just a regular Java class that's managed by Spring. And the component annotation also makes the bean available for dependency injection. Now, step 2 of creating a demo REST controller. We create this demo controller, we give it the REST controller annotation, very basic REST example here. And then in step 3, we create the constructor in our class for injections. So we define a private field here, my coach, and then we create this constructor, demo controller. We pass in coach, the coach, and then we make use of the auto-wired annotation. And so remember, the Spring Object Factory will handle injecting this dependency based on the configuration. And notice the auto-wired annotation tells Spring to inject a dependency. And if you only have one constructor, then the auto-wired annotation on the constructor is optional, okay? But I'll keep it here just for academic purposes, just because we're in the early stages of learning this technology. But this annotation here is optional in this specific case of only one constructor. And then at the moment, we only have one coach implementation, Cricut Coach. So Spring can figure out which one it needs. Later in the course, we'll cover the case of multiple coach implementations, and I'll show you how to configure your application accordingly. But we'll cover that in some of the later videos. Alrighty, we're making good progress here. So in step 4, we're going to add the get mapping for daily workout. So in our coding here at the bottom, notice we have this get mapping /daily workout. So that's the REST endpoint they'll use. We'll basically say return mycoach.getDailyWorkout, and I'll return that as a string. And so remember, you're kind of pulling this all together with the web browser. They go to /daily workout. We talk to this demo controller, which in turn talks to the coach, gets the daily workout, and returns that value accordingly to the application. Alrighty, so this all looks pretty good. I'm kind of excited. I want to go ahead and move into the IDE and start writing this code and start writing our first Spring project. So I'll see ya in the next video.